Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to give you guys a heads up on our good friends at Green Man Gaming running their own Chinese New Year sale. The deals will be running until March the 2nd, and they've got a lot of fantastic deals live right now. A ton of options on some great games, and I'll be taking you guys through some of them. Now, in this video, I will be highlighting some of the more expensive offers, so have a look at the store for yourself. There's a lot of great options on cheaper titles as well, but, you know, we'll highlight the more expensive ones in this video, and then maybe we'll do another one highlighting some of the cheaper deals on top of that. I am going to go over the prices, by the way, for XP members. XP membership is something that most of you guys at this point have. It's just something you get by buying games at GMG, but if you don't, they've got the XP entry pack. It's $2. You get the $2 back in GMG credit. I'll leave a link to that in the description box below, especially the Square Enix deals. You guys, the Square Enix deals become very good, and I'll save the Square Enix deals for the end of this video, since I know some of you guys are sick and tired of me weebing out all the time, but again, more on that at the end of the video. But first of all, we do have S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2, 41% off for $35.69. I know there is quite a lot of divisive takes with S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2. Look, I played S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 when it came out, and I really enjoyed it. I am not here to lessen people's experience with the game, of experiencing crashes, bad performance, etc., etc. My experience on literal launch day with S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 was fairly smooth. Were there some bugs and glitches? Absolutely. Were there some performance hiccups? Absolutely. But in the sense of becoming unplayable, not for me. Not to say other people didn't have that experience. I've talked about it before. PC gaming sometimes can be a real crapshoot, but I had a great time with S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2. I thought the atmosphere in the game was great. I thought the gameplay was enjoyable, and the world I really did get into. I think at $35.69, it's a great price, and they did drop the Stories Untold content update, and they've been updating the game, so again, I played it at launch and I had a good time. Hopefully at this point, if you jump into the game, it'll be worthwhile from a performance standpoint. Nevertheless, $35.69 on that. Next up, we have Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2, 62% off for $22.95. This is a great deal for Space Marine 2, a game that I've talked pretty highly about on numerous occasions, and that is because this is a game that really hits home for me. This harkens back to, in my opinion, the golden era of multiplayer shooters, that Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 era, Gears of War 2, etc., etc. And this game is reminiscent to me of Gears of War at its absolute peak. That top tier, no nonsense, mayhem-infused action title, testosterone-infused as well. You're just playing as these overpowered soldiers. I had a great time with it. Look, I know people were down about, it's a short campaign, 6 to 8 hours. Like, bro, campaigns for a long time on these multiplayer shooters have been like 6 to 8 hours. Like, what are we talking about? I think it's pretty replayable. If you have some friends, it's really fun to go through cooperatively as well. I think for $23, it's great. I would definitely give that a recommendation. A couple of PlayStation titles. These are deals you get better as an XP member. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, 66% off for $20.40. This is a great price for a game that I absolutely love. And, you know, if you told me a decade ago that Ratchet and Clank would have ended up being on PC outside of, you know, emulation, I would have said you're crazy. But lo and behold, crazy times we're living in here. But Ratchet Rift Apart is great. Unfortunately, Ratchet as an IP doesn't really get a lot of love these days because Insomniac is busy with the Marvel titles. And hey, you look at the sales numbers of Marvel games versus Ratchet, I can understand that. It still makes me pretty upset and depressed. Loved Rift Apart. I thought Rivet was a great addition as another character, and I thought the story of the game was good. Obviously, it's a little bit on the shorter side. You can complete the game in 12 to 15 hours, but man, it's a joy at that length as well. And again, a lot of us have games in our backlogs that are 50, 60, 70 hours. Sometimes it's nice these days to have a Ratchet Rift Apart, 12 to 15 hours, all killer, no filler, as I like to say. But yeah, 2040 on that. Next up, another platformer that deserves a little bit more love, Sackboy: A Big Adventure. I remember when this came out on PC, it was like October of 2022, and PlayStation at that point was just spam releasing their titles. If you remember, it was like we got Spider-Man 2018, Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection, Spider-Man Miles Morales, and Sackboy: A Big Adventure. I swear in the span of like 2 months. It was crazy. They probably shouldn't have gone that heavy in the spam, and ultimately I think that did lessen the impact of Sackboy coming out. This game literally peaked at like 300 concurrent players or something like that on Steam. It was insane. But it's a worthwhile platformer. Like, is it blow away? No, but I love Sackboy as a character. I did grow up playing Little Big Planet, and it's a little bit of a bummer that Sackboy's kind of gone to the wayside, and as far as platformers that Sony's going to get behind, Astrobot has probably taken its place, which, by the way, where is Astrobot on PC? That's one we definitely do need. But yeah, Sackboy Big Adventure is a fairly solid game and a solid platformer. Again, not blow away, but has a lot of charm to it, and I think for south of $20 is the perfect price for the title. Doom the Dark Ages Premium Edition, 72% off for $28.38. I know a lot of people have their takes about this game as well. They didn't enjoy it. Look, I'm not here to go into a Doom game and expect revolutionary gameplay. I'm expecting to get over-the-top action, some crazy moments, and some blood and guts, and I got all of that. I thought Doom the Dark Ages was a pretty fun time. You know, the price point, I can totally understand not wanting to spend $70 on the game, but Doom has always been one of those titles that I think if you're the average person, the $60, $70 price tag might be a little bit hefty, but $28.38 with the DLC, I would say that this is a pretty good buy, man. I would think that this is a solid pickup, and I enjoyed Dark Ages. Look, you take Doom, you take some giant dragons, you take a giant mech, you put it all together, and I thought it was a fun time. So $28.38 on that. Definitely would recommend that. We got Stellar Blade. The standard edition is $37.34 for XP members. Another title that, you know, still holding up in price, but south of $40 is really good. And what I've said about Stellar Blade is, look, I complain. So many of us complain about bad PC ports in this era. When a port comes out that's as good as Stellar Blade, and when a studio puts as much attention and care to a port like Shift Up did with Stellar Blade, I really think we need to support it. Not only because it's a good port, and not only because people are gooning out of control, it's also because it's a quality game. It's a really good action title, and that's why Stellar Blade has done so well. Yeah, you could look at the gooning, you could look at me talking about the PC port all day, but underneath the hood, this is a really, really good game with an excellent soundtrack, great combat, and yeah, narratively, it's not as strong as some of the other aspects of the game, but it's a really, really well-done game, and you could say, oh, it's a good PC version because it's on UE4. Guess what? If UE4 games are gonna look as good as Stellar Blade has, all games should be on UE4 if they're also gonna run as good as Stellar Blade does, but I don't think that's something that minimizes the quality of this PC version. $37.34, excellent price if you're an XP member, definitely recommend that. Got some Konami deals that I'll go through fairly quickly. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater is $33.59. Pretty good deal for Delta Snake Eater. It is a game that certainly had its issues. The UE5 bug hit Delta Snake Eater, but, you know, it had its issues on all platforms, actually, but I really enjoyed Delta Snake Eater. I thought it was a really, really good game, and Metal Gear Solid 3, I've often said, in the pantheon of the greatest games of all time, alongside Resident Evil 4, alongside Red Dead 2, I really put it in that upper echelon of games. Delta Snake Eater is great, and $33.59 on that, really good deal there. Silent Hill 2 Remake is 60% off for $28, which I think is a pretty good buy. You know, it's a little bit older. It came out in fall of 2024, so would like to see it a little bit cheaper, but it came out at $70, so what can you do? It's a really well-done game. I don't have this affinity and attachment towards the original Silent Hill 2 that I did with Metal Gear 3, but, you know, I enjoyed Silent Hill 2. I thought it was a solid game. Silent Hill F is on sale for $33.59. Now, look, I'm gonna mention Silent Hill F, but I didn't really like Silent Hill F. A lot of other people did, though, so hey, more power to them. That's what I try to do on this channel. If I see something that I think is a good deal, even on a game that I'm not crazy about, I'm gonna mention it. Silent Hill F came out only 5 months ago, and it's down south of $35, and again, a lot of people really liked it. I thought the combat in this game was absolutely atrocious. That's why I didn't get into the game. I thought the combat was pitiful, but again, I seem to be in the minority on that one. A lot of people liked it, so more power to you. I'm just here to tell you the price. Alright, lastly, let's rapid fire through some of these Square Enix deals. NieR Automata Game of the YoRHa Edition, 67% off for $13.12. I mean, this is a game that I think is an essential title to play if you are remotely a fan of JRPGs. It is excellent. I would highly recommend it. Soundtrack is amazing. Story can be a little bit confusing, but I think by the end it comes together quite nicely, and very, very, like, relaxing game at times as well. Like, the setting, the vibe, soundtrack, just loved it. 13.12, good price on that. Kingdom Hearts INTEGRUM Masterpiece, 59% off for $41. Yes, this is pricey. However, for all of the content that you get, and in fact, this is actually more value than what's offered on the PlayStation Store for the Kingdom Hearts collection, because you get 1.5, 2.5, you get 2.8, and you get Kingdom Hearts 3 and the Remind DLC. The bundles available on console, they don't have the Remind DLC included, so from a value standpoint, you pay an extra $1 here, but you get the Remind DLC, and by the way, on GMG, you don't pay tax either, so from a cost standpoint, it's actually cheaper, and, you know, these are some great games. I know there were some rumors that were shot down about Kingdom Hearts 1 getting a remake, but man, if any game needs a remake, it's Kingdom Hearts 1. Kingdom Hearts 1 shows its age so badly. I know some people get so mad at me whenever I said that. I played the game a year and a half ago when this initially dropped on Steam. Kingdom Hearts 1 shows its age. There are some sections in that game that are terrible, but nonetheless, you get Rechain of Memories, you get Kingdom Hearts 2, which I think KH2 is still great, Birth by Sleep, which Birth by Sleep is awesome, Dream Drop Distance, Fragmentary Passage, and then Kingdom Hearts 3. Think what you want about that game. Hopefully, Kingdom Hearts 4 will come out on PC day one, and it'll be out before I leave this earth, because it's been in development for quite a while, it feels like. Live Alive is 67% off for $16.40. I think Live Alive is awesome, a super underrated JRPG from Square, and it was a HD 2D remake of a game that came out on the Super Famicom, never came out stateside, and it's a really interesting game where you go through these characters' paths in different timelines, and then they converge together by the end. Worthwhile game. Each of the characters' singular story, it's fairly short, but they each have their own unique gameplay styles. I thought it was a super unique game, and one that a lot of people haven't checked out. I would recommend it, so would check that one out. Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin, 67% off for $19.68 for the digital deluxe edition. As an action Souls-like, I thought this was a pretty good game. It also has difficulty options, so you guys know I'm all about that. $19.68 on that. I think it's a pretty good deal, and, you know, the story's kind of comical, although the ending of this game was really well done. I always say that about Stranger of Paradise, and the digital deluxe edition gets you the Season Pass DLC as well. And by the way, this was done by Tecmo Koei, so, you know, they have a history of doing games like this, so definitely something to check out there. Octopath Traveler 2, south of $20 for $19.68. I think that's a damn good deal. Would definitely recommend that. Gorgeous visual style, a significant improvement upon the original, and for those of you that are fiending for turn-based JRPGs, Octopath Traveler exists, and it's damn good. $19.68 on that. And then lastly, one final deal outside of the Square Enix deals. Mafia: The Old Country is 30% off for $34.79. I would like this to be a little bit cheaper. I think $25 to $30 would be ideal, but I loved Mafia: The Old Country. You guys know me. Sometimes I'm all about these focused, linear, story-driven games, and Mafia: The Old Country was exactly that. Like, everything I wanted out of The Old Country, it was that maybe some of the narrative decisions you will disagree with by the end, but I thought overall it was a really well-done game. Soundtrack, low-key banger in this game as well. They recently did a free ride update for the game, which lets you have some additional content in the, I don't want to say open world, but the open environment of the game, whatever the case may be. Saying open world will make it sound like this is like a huge game. It's not. There's some, you know, go off the beaten path here and there, but yeah, $34.79 on that. I really like the game and I would recommend it. But that is gonna do it for me. Again, a lot of great game deals available right now. Check them out. Links in the description box below. And if you do buy anything, I get an affiliate kickback, which is much appreciated. GMG, like I said, has a ton of other great stuff, so check everything out. That'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.